Namaskar. Female hairline. The contribution of hairline in female face is it maintains the aesthetics of the face and also it adds to the one of female characteristics of face as hairline makes female face slimmer and egg-shaped. That's how you can see. And as compared to the male, hairline making face more masculine, and when the male hairline recedes, only aesthetics of the face gets compromised because the balding process is caused by male hormone, so it is not taken as a taboo. The characteristics of female hairline differs from male. It has central mounts, more than 80% of female has lateral mounts and a temporal peak, and usually there is no frontotemporal recession and the hairline is at a lower level as compared to the male. The anterior hairline, the receding may be primary as by birth or secondary receding or thinning as a part of balding process because of genetic or androgenic causes. The female hairline creation is a concept given by the J. Park, 5A and 5P. 5A means 5 area and 5P means 5 points. These are the 5 area, the central area, lateral is the frontotemporal area, then temporal area, infratemporal area and sideburn. I tell you, once you understand these 5A and 5P concept, your perception for the female hair loss and reconstruction of female hairline will be absolutely changed. You will make more aesthetic and a mature hairline. Then the 5 areas are: central is the C point, lateral is the A, then a B point just about the point T, and then a S point, that is the sideburn point. And when you connect these points, it becomes easy to make or to design a hairline which is more aesthetic. And we did in this case, all 5 points were taken, then they were joined. Now the area-wise surgical indications and corrections, like what is the importance of these areas and the points. The frontal area, if forehead is high, means the point is C is higher, then lower it. And the frontotemporal recession is there, then advance the frontotemporal area. Line means the point A and B. Then the temporal peak area, temporal peak recession is there, then advance. And infratemporal area, if the recession in infratemporal area is there, and how you will diagnose it? Because the orbital and or temporal bone looks or becomes more prominent, then advance that area. Similarly, the sideburn area, it may be absent or recession or very thinning, and you will see the zygomatic bone looks more prominent, then create the sideburn. Let us see in this area, this case, what are the problem? Problem one is the broad forehead and the frontal bone looking more prominent. Frontal bone and the broad forehead is there. So the answer is creation of area C or the point C. Then second problem is frontotemporal recession. It needs the advancement and filling. Third point is the horizontally. The forehead is broad. Because the temporal points are weak, so in this case you need to create the temporal point. So that's how you can solve the problem. Another two problems are infratemporal and the sideburn problem. In this case you see there is a mild thinning here, you can see in infratemporal area, and also the sideburn is thinning or almost absent in this case. So as they are absent, you can see the zygomatic bone is looking more prominent. But if you see another face, that is the Aishwarya Rai's face, she has got beautiful T point, infratemporal area and a reasonably good sideburn. Her zygomatic bones are not looking prominent. Then I tell you the relationship between the point C and point A. Now this is important. When A point is closer to the point C like this will make face more round because height decreases like this. When you join them, the face become broader. But if you place point A at a higher level and then you connect, the hairline is at a higher level little, making face more slimmer and adding to the egg shape. The relation of point A and B depends upon the direction of the frontal hairline, including the hair thickness, presence of cowlick or whorl, and overall face type and the other similar factors. Now the point B and T. B and T can be joined in a three-way. The line can be made S-shaped like this, or reverse S shape, or you can make it wavy. Let us see what I have done. In this case, I have made reverse S-shaped because I wanted to decrease the width of forehead. Then the point T. How do we locate this point? Point T or temporal point is just above the highest point of eyebrow. That's one criteria. It is at the level or just above that. Then it will look more aesthetic. And the distance between B and T point is 0.8 to 1 centimeter. Another criteria is it lies 2.5 centimeter in horizontal plane from the lateral canthus and 3.5 at vertical level. So 2.5 horizontally, 3.5 vertically, just at the level of highest point of eyebrow or just above it is your point T placement. Or when you join these lateral canthus at T point, the distance is approximately 4.5 centimeter. Now the joining of point A and point B can be in three-way. Type 1 is concave forward, type 2 is a straight line, and type 3 is you make convex forward, depending upon what you want. You want to decrease the forehead width or you want to increase the height. So depending upon your planning, you can make, like I made concave forward in this case. That's how it looks. Now you see that this case in toto, this was the condition, this was the planning and drawing of the hairline, and that's the final result. I think it seems pretty good. This is another case. She has got by birth broad forehead, and you see her face looks more masculine, broad forehead, height is more. So we designed to lower the hairline, making a widow's peak or point C point here. Now just by designing, you can see her face is becoming more egg-shaped and slimmer, and that's what was done after transplant. Now see another design. Now this is important to analyze here, the lateral view. If you analyze, T point is reasonably good, infratemporal area is reasonably good, and sideburn is reasonably good. The only problem is here point C or area, this area is at a higher level. So we plan only to decrease point A, point B, and we connected to the point T which was at a normal condition. So there was no need to advance this area, and that had been done in this case. Now this is a thinning of hairline. If this thinning of hairline is there, then you can appreciate the forehead is becoming more prominent, but after making hairline stronger, the prominence of the forehead has disappeared. The another important point here is the DP point. If you look at the whorl, the hair of direction is one direction, and just nearby to it the hair direction changes. So the point where the direction of hair changes in area A, that is called as DP point. If you understand this, it will be easy for you to create a whorl or the widow's peak. And The distance between point C and DP point is usually 2 to 3 centimeter. Now, she had the whorl, but we wanted to make it stronger to increase the beauty or the aesthetic of the face, and that you can realize here. Now this, she has got thinning here, but this is the part line where the female usually part the hair, that is a PL, and many times the person is confused part line with the DP line, means deviation point. Usually they are not same. Here we did the implantation to make this part line anteriorly stronger. Thank you. Thank you.